Hey guys, I want to review addition strategies that we learned last week. The first one I want to review is the commutative property of addition. The commutative property of addition, you can change the order of the add-ins and you should still get the same answer. You can flip some numbers around and still get the same answer. Let me show you. Here I have 36 plus 55 plus 44. Okay, to make things easier, I know that if I change 55 and 54, if I flip 55 and 44 like this, so I just move 44 right here and put 55 down here, it makes adding a little bit easier because when I add the ones place, I know that 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 10 ones plus 5 ones right here is 15 ones. I definitely have to regroup because when you have 10 or more, you have to regroup. So 5 ones stays here. Okay, so those 10 ones become 110. That's why we write the 110 here. I like to circle it so we don't forget about it. All right. Here, I know that 4 plus 5 is 9, 3 plus 1 is 4, and 9 tens plus 4 tens, very good, is 13 tens. So you just bring that down. And your sum is 135. So that's how you can use the commutative property. Okay, so again, I just flipped the numbers 55 and 44, and it was a little easier for me to add that way. So that's what the commutative property says. We can flip add-ins around, the numbers around, and you will still get the same answer, okay? The second addition property, another strategy that you learned, was the associative property. This property is called the grouping property. You can group the add-ins in any way and still get the same sum. For example, I have 44 plus 32 plus 58. Okay, this one I want to group the ones to make them easier to add. And when I say group them, decide on which two numbers you want to add first. We can add 4 plus 2 first, or 2 plus 8. Well, I think it's easier to add 2 plus 8 because 2 plus 8 equals 10. It's always easier to add numbers to 10. And I know 10 ones plus 4 ones is 14 ones. I have to regroup. So my 4 ones stay here and I regroup. 10 ones for 110. That's why I carry my 1 over there in the tens place. All right, now I can group the tens. I know that 4 plus 1 is 5. Here we have 5 plus 5. That is 10. And then 10 plus 3 is 13. Bring that down. So our sum, our answer is 134. And I grouped the ones and I grouped the tens, and that's how I got my answer. That's the associative property. Or another way, another example for the grouping property, the associative property, let's look at this one. 26 plus 37 plus 61. Okay, I'm going to decide on what two numbers to add first. I think if we add 37 plus 61 first, that's easier because there's no regrouping. Anytime there's no regrouping, that's a little easier. So I'm going to add 37 plus 61. We'll write that out to the side. We're going to add these two numbers first. That's called our grouping property, the associative property. But in the end, it doesn't matter. You could have added 26 plus 37 first. It doesn't matter. You should still get the same answer. Let me add here. See, there's no regrouping when I add 37 plus 61. 7 plus 1 ones is 8 ones. 6 plus 3 tens is 9 tens. Now, I'm going to add 98 to 26. I like to rewrite it 98 plus 26. We cannot forget the third add-in, the third number. Okay, ready? 8 plus 6 ones is 14. Regroup. 9 plus 2 is 11, plus 1, 10 is 12. 12 tens. Our answer is 124. Okay? So that is the associative property. Now, here is an example of the break-apart strategy. 572 plus 236. The break-apart strategy is basically you take the numbers and you put them into expanded form, just like this. So 572. 500, there's 5 hundreds plus 7 tens, which is 70, plus the 2 ones. Okay? 236, there are 2 hundreds, 3 tens, the value of 3 tens is 30, and there are 6 ones, the value is 6 ones. Okay, after we do that, we add 500 plus 200 is 700. 70 plus 30 is 100. And 6 plus 2 ones is 8 ones. Excuse me. And then we just go back and add 700 plus 100 plus 8 is 808. And that's how you can use the break apart strategy to add. In the last strategy, again, we can just use place value when we're regrouping. And that problem is 454 plus 237. Starting your ones. 7 plus 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Regroup. 5 plus 3 tens is 8 tens, plus the 1 10 that we regrouped is 9 tens. In the hundreds, 4 plus 2, 4, 5, 6 hundreds. So our total, our sum is 691. And these were the properties of addition that help you add to find the sum.